So a few years since then, a few years on, we'll see if Western Kentucky can get one on the board against Louisville as Camden Schrand gets Louisville on the board with an opening ace. There's Faith Young, one of those middles that we talked about in the Open, sophomore from Harrison, Ohio. Regular playing time last year, over 110 sets as a freshman. Big expectations for her this year. Last week, an impressive win for the Hilltoppers. As you mentioned, a loss earlier this year to Vanderbilt in action against power conference opposition. But with a change to the lineup and also maybe some tired legs out there just with...
But to your point, unlike Louisville, who will get Stanford and Pitt that are in the top 10 in conference play, Western Kentucky won't get another chance to play a top 10 team, most likely, until postseason.
So this is the last opportunity to build their resume. Good hustle there from Hannah Kinney that draws a cheer from the Louisville faithful. And Western Kentucky on a run right now. Longest active streak in Division I college volleyball for 20 win seasons. They have won a ton, whether it be in Conference USA or before that, the Sun Belt. As Cressy scores here for Louisville to push the cushion. And it's been a big part of why Western Kentucky trails just by 4, despite being out-hit by 200 percentage points. On
swings and change the views for the defense behind them.
14 blocks, but several more block touches that impacted the game, is your point. Chicoine off the block. Chicoine right behind Cressy with 3 kills, and that's in. Off the tape. Loxonen with the swing for Western Kentucky. Here's Chicoine. Chicoine again. And this time with a block. Her size doesn't jump off the page at just 5'10". And an overpass that she equal Cressy with 5 kills atop the scoring sheet so far. That one off the hands of Hannah Sherman in the middle for Louisville, the swing.
And then in the front row, she's hitting on the right side.
And not just a Kentucky kid, but Kentucky Miss Volleyball last year in high school. Set point for Louisville. Crowd rises to its feet. They've not had a ton to get into the game over so far, but they're into it here as Louisville scores via the block to end the first set. It is a 10-point margin for Louisville. 5. And for the Tops, Abby Schaefer back to serve to get the second set underway. Western Kentucky looking for a better representation of their talent on the scoreboard in this set, and they'll take an early lead through that attack error from Hannah Sherman. And it's even better than I said, 6 for 8 for Kara Cressy with no errors. Skidmore with an answer.
And she's a left-handed right side. It just provides such a different look for the defense that really can open things up, especially for the middles of Western Kentucky, which is really important for their offense.
Why with the point between that and the blocks, the two numbers that are outstanding in favor of Louisville so far. But there's a block for Western Kentucky there.
And most squads aren't great at blocking the 2-ball, but Western Kentucky runs that 2-ball every day in practice. That's going to be a strength of theirs on the blocking side.
And Louisville responds with a block of their own. Over the last several years, it continues to be, despite the change in leadership, with Dan Meskey taking over. Cabello! Cabello this year has called her number frequently, coming into the match with 18 kills. That was her 19th of the season there. Miller Had to get under that one just a little bit. And had the block touch. Louisville out of sorts, and it's a block for Western Kentucky. Looking for something to click consistently in this one. Trailing by 5 now in set 2. Here's Y, who's been very active. Free ball for Louisville. They go to Peterson out of the back row. Maybe a little bit awkward for her. Here's Chicoine. And despite the terrific dig from Barron there, transferred in from Austin P, where she played over 100 sets and had over 500 digs. Sherman is sent back. Loxonen with a big response and a big celebration for the true freshman.
Man, it's so fun when you're just able to stop what the other team thought was going to be a big kill, you know?
After being on the receiving end of a 3-0 scoring run, Louisville has gone on one of their own to reestablish control. Hannah Sherman with a dunk. And Louisville on the precipice now of a commanding 2-set lead, just 3 points away. And Travis Hutt just a few points away, literally, from a couple of national titles. But these two programs among the winningest in the country, and it's great to see them playing each other. We mentioned that they've not... Big serve for Chicoine. Louisville 2 points away from that 2-0 lead. And here she sets to Blackshear, and it's a block for Western Kentucky.
This squad's not used to losing. They're not used to coming from an underdog position, and he wants to see that fight from his team even when things aren't going their way.
Blackshear, a big swing. Full rotation of the arm. Meller. Peterson. Good battle right now. Who will blink? Who will make the mistake? Peterson. And on we go. WKU goes to Meller. Chicoine up for the dig. Blackshear gets the job done and ends that point. A terrific rally.
High over the block to the deepest corner from Blackshear is such a hard ball to defend.
4 kills for Blackshear. Here she is once again. And it's another kill for Blackshear, this time to end set number 2. Better effort from Western Kentucky in that one.
That's your strength. Try to continue to pick up the blocking, focus on the defense, staying in system, and seeing if you can buy some kills.
And Taylor Barron, the libero, going to have a big hand in that. If that is how Western Kentucky climbs back in. Case in point right there with that dig. And it leads to success.
And I love Western keeping that ball tight even against the bigger block of Louisville.
Peterson. Nearly a block for Louisville. They thought they had it. Here's Skidmore. And once again. And now Louisville has the block. Blackshear and Sherman up for it.
And Skidmore.
Individually speaking, Kara Cressy with 6 blocks. And Y and Loxonen leading the way with a pair of blocks each for Western Kentucky. So it's not... Abby Schaefer getting ready for the serve from Hannah Kenning. Another block for Kara Cressy, make it 7 tonight.
And Western has a great in-system pass here, but...
And here's Utterback. A block for WKU. Young and Rush. Rush gets the credit for it.
And blocking was the spark WKU needed before, like you said, they went...
Big swing from Young, well met by Louisville defensively. And it results in a Calissa Blackshear kill. Elise Cabello, albeit experienced, having played a lot last year, still just a sophomore. So there's some degree of, I think, learning on the job for this Louisville team early in the year. And to your point, yeah, I mean, to lose to Texas and Kentucky just prepares you for what is a very strong ACC.
And that's the difference. We talked about Western Kentucky really wanting to take this opportunity to get that big win, because going into conference, they pretty much have to go into conference with a...
As you see, the Cardinals coming off of that loss against Kentucky in the KFC Yum Center last week, looking to bounce back. Calissa Blackshear with a big hand in it. And it ends on an ace. And Louisville defeats Western Kentucky for the 20th time in 20 tries.